Media titan Tyler Perry is one of Hollywood's most prolific power players. His iconic Medea character is one of the most beloved and successful franchises in movie history.
That's my bottom half. Every time I hear this music, it just want to drop.
And now the award-winning actor, writer, producer, director, and author is a bona fide studio mogul.
Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, for sure. How much have you seen?
Not a whole lot.
Oh, no, I got to show you around. Come on.
Okay.
Come
Let's
on.
do it. We set off on a golf cart across his sprawling studio, which he calls a toy store for his creative projects. So far, that includes 18 feature films and 7 television shows. The vision for this, when did it start? How was it born?
The last studio I bought was about 5 minutes from here, and it was 30 acres, and I thought I'd never outgrow it. I was in it for 2 years, and we're falling all over each other, and I got to find another space. And I took a ride out here, and I immediately was open to the vision of it. I saw all that it could be.
Fort McPherson is a former U.S. Army base that was founded by the Confederate Army. The symbolism of you owning this place on this property hasn't been lost on you.
No, absolutely not. It hasn't been lost on. I could hear my grandmother, my grandfather saying, "Baby, who'd have thunk it?"
The studio boasts 12 sound stages named for black entertainers, including Oprah Winfrey, Sidney Poitier, Whoopi Goldberg, and Will Smith, as well as various sets, everything from a trailer park to a replica of the White House. That's where we talked to Derek Deuce, who was introduced to the film industry while working as a security guard on a movie set. Now, he's a first assistant director. I get the sense that there is a great sense of pride in working here.
It is. Because you get to see actually what you can become. You get to work with somebody who looks like you, who acts like you, who talks like you. And then he's like, I could do that.
All of these houses over here are beautiful.
Back on the tour, Perry talked about what's behind his never-ending fountain of creativity. How in the world do you manage as many shows and films simultaneously?
You know, my imagination, man, is insane. Like when I'm starting to write a show, I really just focus on, I can literally hear those people, what they want to say and how they want to say it. And to have that ability to be able to finish one and shift right to the next, it's just, I know where it was born from in my life. I know it came out of my upbringing and having to tolerate pain and escape in my imagination. And that's where I go to write all of these stories.
There were some folks who suggested that maybe there are some writers that look like us that could use some work.
For me, if I'm writing a show and my name is on it and my audience wants to hear my voice, then that's what I'm gonna do. As
you tour his studio, it is clear Tyler Perry is the author of his own narrative, and that story is far from over. What's next? What are we checking off the bucket list next professionally?
Did we just not ride all around here? Well, this is pretty much the next.
But Tyler Perry, it seems like every few years there's...
We'll see what's next. I'm 50 and feeling it. So,
no, you're not feeling it.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah. I'm enjoying it, but it's kind of like Tom Brady.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, okay, you get to a point where it's like, all right, I've thrown my best game.
Well, no, but Tom's coming back.
Well, so is Tyler. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Sweet. That was a great interview, by the way.
That was pretty good. Yeah, I like that guy. I'm like, wow, he's working.
Tyler Perry, so good to have you in our studio.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Our humble abode compared to yours. One thing we did not get to, and I want to put this picture up on the screen for our viewers at home. This is a picture that you posted. This is Sylvan Road on the right there, Tyler Perry Studios on the left. Why is that picture so significant to you?
Both signs mean something to me. Sylvan Road is where I was homeless when I first moved in to Atlanta, off that road with my cousin trying to make it in Atlanta. And now the exit to the studio is right next to where it all started for me. So that's really, really inspiring and powerful for me.
It's crazy to see that, to see where you guys were, because I see this empire, and I feel like I know a lot about you. I've read about you. I've interviewed you a bunch of times. And I remember you telling the stories about being homeless and going paycheck to paycheck. And I watched you in that golf cart, and I thought, wow. And then I started thinking, like, why did that little boy think he could do that? Like, what was it about you in that day?
I have to attribute it to my mother, who just she constantly reaffirmed to me the power of who I am and never apologized for being black and never apologized for the stories that I tell and where we come from and who we are. And we all have a story. So my mother was instrumental in that, and she had tremendous amount of faith that she taught me about really helped me to get to where I am. And had it not been for her or my belief in God, my faith, I don't know where I'd be.
I think there's so many cool things about you, Tyler, but I remember reading and you telling me about this, that when you were down and out, you had nothing and you were homeless, you said you would go to like fancy neighborhoods and walk around really beautiful homes because you wanted to see where you were going to live.
Yeah, well, open houses. So I knew that that's possible. I would go to open houses. I would go test drive really nice cars. Because I'd see other people doing it, I'm like, wait a minute, this is possible. Somebody can afford it. Why can't it be me?
And then you went out and bought like 6 of the houses. And 6 of the cars.
No, stop it. Stop it.
But you've got a new film. Let's talk about it here because this is your first film for Netflix. It's called A Fall from Grace. You direct it, you produce it, you write it, you've got a part in it.
Yeah.
What should folks know about this film? Who's it for?
It's an amazing movie of this incredible thriller. Crystal Fox, who's her first time ever having a big leading role. Cicely Tyson, Felicia Rashad, Makad Brooks, Brescia Webb, and myself. It's an incredible, wonderful, amazing thriller that's going to keep you on the edge of your seat. The audience has been going nuts every time we show it. You don't know what this is. It's totally going to throw you off trying to figure out the end. You won't be able to get there until you get there. It's really amazing.
And you're exactly right.
Yeah, you never know the twists and turns that come in.
Well, I love what you posted something on Instagram of your audience watching, and they were screaming like, "Look behind you!" Like it'll get you into it, right?
It really will get you into it, and you'll never guess the ending.
Speaking of people, you've worked with some of the greats. You've given people a ton of jobs, and I was so struck because I rewatched you on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and when Kerry Washington basically thanked you.
That's something.
For her career.
Isn't that something? That blew my mind. I think it was a bit much because, I mean, she's worked really, really hard and done a lot of great things. But I appreciate being there in the beginning for her and Idris and Crystal and all these other people to be given this platform to be there to help them move through some difficult places in the beginning to get there is really powerful for me.
A few years ago, you revealed that you were a survivor of abuse. One of the things we didn't get to on our tour, you're actually, as I understand it, on that property, that 330 acres, you are going to open a facility, if you will, for women and children who have also survived abuse. Connect the two dots for me.
Well, that's what's next for me. I just think that if I could build this beautiful place where children, families, LGBTQ youth who have been displaced, put out of their homes, can come to a beautiful campus and live and be reinserted into life, I think that it would be wonderful. And if somebody could have done that for my mother, I don't know where we would be now. Maybe she would have left an abusive situation. So if I can do that, build that, and help that be this amazing place of just hope for people, then I feel like that is what's next. That's what's next. That is what's next.
Well, Tyler, we love you. Thank you for coming to hang out.
Keep coming back. Keep inspiring.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Tyler Perry. A Fall from Grace, by the way, hits Netflix this Friday.